where did virtual come in play for you? Starting, of course, in our good friend March of 2020.
Well, it's as a real estate investor, but more so as a real estate agent and broker. So I'm more giving virtual tours to clients that are outside the country, meeting with people face to face instead of just having to have like an email exchange or a phone call or a choppy, Skype call back in the day. When you're trying to connect with someone that you have never met in person, it's just so much easier if you can see the person, you can see their expressions, you could just get. I just feel much more connected when I can see a person like this, at least face to face.
And what about the cameras off? So many people are complaining about, "Oh, I'm speaking to a bunch of wall of black boxes," right? So, what do you feel are some of the things that happen in your meetings that people want to turn on their cameras?
Well, a lot of times it's one to one, but but let's talk about like networking events, right? If you feel like you're there to present yourself and to sell yourself and to potentially attract new clients, I feel like you're much more willing and anxious and excited to turn on your camera, so that same thing, people can connect with you a little bit better and feel more what am I trying to say? Feel more resonance. That's the word.
So think about it, right? Who goes to an in-person event with a paper bag on their head?
Right? Exactly. Stay home.
Yeah, so why even attend a networking event? Okay, maybe it's something else, like the educational stuff, kind of sort of. There are different versions of that. But in a networking event, if your goal is networking, yeah, geez, just turn on the camera. There's so
You
much you
have
can do,
to.
even if you're not talking too. Most of the time, like things like this, your background can be saying things about you, right? I tell people all the time too, you should be using this opportunity, whether you have a in-person background like this, which is put stuff that represents you. People are doing this anyway. When they used to walk in your office, what I call blink your office. Do you remember that book, Blink by Malcolm Gladwell?
Yes.
Yeah. So actually, I found my old copy. Right. So this is we even put some books here. So this is Blink by Malcolm Gladwell, and
Great
this
book.
was the power of thinking without thinking. And what I tell people all the time is that people blink your virtual background and you, and they make a judgment based upon it. And at least they can do that. You're people will have a much better impression, or at least a impression of you, versus if you never turn on your camera. So.
Yeah.
What were some of the successes then in the virtual? Like, what were some of your either high points, like either virtual meetings you attended, or one-on-one meeting? I'm just kind of curious. What were like some of your highlights of stuff that you did in the last 3 years that was virtual?
Well, since Robert Kennedy III is on here, we can talk about being part of the Black NSA $1 million Mastermind, which is
Ooh.
a fantastic virtual meeting that takes place with a lot of NSA members who set goals for their speaking careers and then work through the book Think and Grow Rich together and find ways to accomplish the goals that they've set for themselves with each other's support, using breakout rooms, using testimonials and stuff. That's a fantastic meeting that I've been a part of many times. It's more like a course, I guess you would call it. It's a specific amount of time where you work through that Think and Grow Rich, and then it program ends, and then you go do it again the next season. And that's a fantastic use of Zoom. And we started that even before the pandemic, because people are just all over the country.
Yeah, and right. Travel is expensive, and so getting everyone together uh, is a privilege. It's a luxury. It's expensive, and so I think that's hopefully what people are finding out and remembering now about in-person meetings. Although, all I also know that is that humans have a tendency to forget really quickly, right? So that they forgot that meeting in person is really something that should be even more high value than it was. Like I think prior to like 2019, people were starting going like, "Oh, I got to go to this in person thing again." And now, hopefully, people are back on this like, "Oh, I get to see everybody. I get to hug everybody."
Exactly.
Uh, who was your best speaker in virtual? Like, or yeah, who like a conference that you attended? Hopefully, you attended somebody else's stuff. So I'm just curious if you have a top speaker who made that crossover to virtual. I'm just curious if you have any.
Gosh, I wish I knew you were going to ask me this, John, because I remember going to like a conference,
Yeah.
in-person learning type of scenario, and the person was so interactive and compelling